Begin at noon in downtown Austin, where the man sentenced to death for killing an Austin police officer more than 3 years ago went before a judge this morning. Brandon Daniel is asking for the judge to speed up his execution. KXAN's Chris Sadeghi was at today's hearing and joins us with more.
16 months after he was sent to death row, Brandon Daniel was back in Travis County on Friday to say he wants to waive his appeals, speeding along his trip to the lethal injection chamber. Shackled at the hands and wearing prisoner's garb, he told the judge he understood the decision he is making by wanting to dismiss his appeals attorneys. Those attorneys will try to intervene and stay on the case, but Daniel, in a letter to the judge, listed 3 reasons to dismiss them: to save taxpayer money, to spare the families involved more angst, and to spend the least amount of time in prison as possible. The attorneys involved in the original trial said it's a move that doesn't really surprise them.
Being an extremely intelligent person, he's made the decision that rather than spend the rest of his life living with the consequences of what he's done, he'd rather suffer the consequences of what he's done.
I think he understands and really does feel for the family of Officer Padron. I mean, it's a tragedy that, you know, those girls don't have their dad. And
Judge Brenda Kennedy said she wants Daniel to undergo a psychiatric evaluation while he's in Travis County to determine if he is competent to make this decision. She could rule if Daniel will get his wishes granted in the coming weeks. Also, Gary Cobb said he talked to Jaime Padron's family, and they also want to see this process expedited. We're at the Travis County Justice Complex. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
And Austin police sent us a statement regarding Daniel's plan, saying they have no doubt he killed Officer Padron and the department would not have been opposed to his petition. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice says inmates that receive capital punishment stay on death row an average of nearly 11 years before being put to death. However, there are exceptions. So to give you some perspective here, Joe Gonzalez and Stephen Renfro were both put to death about 9 months after being sentenced to death back in the 1990s. Both waived all rights to appeal, which sped up their executions. At the other end of the spectrum, a Travis County inmate, David Powell, spent more than 31 years on death row until his execution in 2010. He was sentenced to death for killing an Austin police officer in 1978. His appeals lasted until the year before his death.